All right, everyone, welcome to the call tonight. My name is Dale Franklin, for those who don't know me, and we take turns doing the training. There's 5 of us that do this on a rotation basis, and that's not to say that it's just the 5 of us that can do it. We're always looking for new leaders that would also be interested in giving training. You know, we all have our strengths and our weaknesses. I have more weaknesses than I want to admit, but the bottom line is we're always looking for leaders. We're always looking for good speakers. We're looking for people who are thoughtful and inventive in the way they do their business. And we're always looking for that next person to inspire us. So just keep that in mind for anybody who's on here or anybody on your team that you think would be good at that. But again, welcome to the call tonight. Tonight, it's going to be a relatively short training tonight. It's going to be on an array of things. So bear with me. I'm calling this my potluck training because I'm going to have several things involved in this. The first thing I want to talk about, though, is, you know, kind of income producing work versus busy work. And I'm going to use an example here tonight. About 4 months ago, I brought on 2 new affiliates. I'm going to just call them tonight Bob and George. Okay. And Bob and George took 2 different paths to this business. But before I get started on telling you how they did it, let me kind of walk you through the kind of very quickly the kind of training that I gave them so that they would be prepared for building this business. And to do that, I'm going to share my screen very quickly here. I think I am. There we go. There's 2 things that I always show them. The first thing is I take them right to a website, and I make sure, you'll be amazed, guys, how many people they sign up, and if you don't get back to them very quickly after they enroll, you finally get back to them. Say you get distracted and you don't get back to them for 3 or 4 days, and you call them up and they're really discouraged because they don't even know how to get on their website. And you go back and say, hey, remember how when you signed up, they asked you for a username, they asked you for a password. And you know, I always, when I send my initial instructions on how to enroll, I always say, make sure you write these things down so you'll remember them. But invariably, a lot of people forget. So I make sure they can get onto their website. Very basic. Get onto their website so they can see what their customers are seeing. And I kind of walk them through that. I'm not going to do that tonight because you guys should be able to by now be accustomed to doing that. But then I take them and I show them how to get into their back office. And tonight I'm going to use my account I made for my wife's is a demo account. And I just walk them through things. You know, I show them, you know, the homepage and everything the homepage has to offer, as far as, you know, all the quick links and everything here. Some people don't ever even scroll down from here, so they don't even know the stuff is here. But there is, you know, you can shop, you can set up your Genius app on your phone, you can get your auto ship, you can check your earnings, you can even suggest things to the corporate office. That you know, the great thing about our company being relatively young, being debt free, they can spin on a dime. So if who knows what's going to happen that might work as far as suggestions. The 1K affiliate was created by a suggestion from somebody from Africa. Okay, so there's always that potential to make yourself heard. But again, I just wanted to point this out. Here's a place where you can follow the company on Facebook, on Telegram, on YouTube, on Instagram. Everything is there. But I'm most amazed how many people don't scroll down and don't even know that's there, or just never have looked. I make sure I take the time to walk them through how to get an auto ship. Okay, because let's face it, guys. Once somebody enrolls in this business, and I always tell them when I enroll them that, you know, I'd rather not sign them up than have them feel like I misinformed them. And I always tell them when they ask me what the cost of getting his business is, I tell them what the cost of the kits are, and I tell them what they need to maintain that, whatever rank they decide to buy in at, I make sure they understand they're going to have to buy enough product each month to maintain that rank. You know, if they're going to balk at that, and you're going to lose an initial sale, I'd much rather lose a jumpstart bonus and have somebody upset with me the second month they're in business because they felt like I misrepresented myself. So again, so they know that. So now you get them set up with an auto ship. So once it's set up and you explain to them how it works and how they can change it each month if they want to, but as long as they keep their auto ship going each month, they're going to get the rebates and stuff like that on their auto ships. That to me, that's one of the most important things to do. Get that set up so for them, they're going to maintain their rank, and for you, you're going to maintain your volume. Okay, so that's one of the most important things. I also take them through and just walk them through. I take them to the websites. I show them the replicated website. I show them the capture pages. I always show them the digital catalogs because it's amazing how many people tell me, God, if we only had a brochure or something we could show that we could give the customer. And as soon as I show them the digital catalogs, they get all excited. But, you know, we're all like, remember when you're in high school, you know, and the teacher taught you a certain amount of information during the class and then wanted you to go home and do your homework? Well, you know, I was one of those guys. I listened really intently in class. I didn't do much homework, but I still maintained a good grade. But the bottom line is a lot of the stuff that you would learn from doing homework, I didn't get done. Well, you know, now we're older and we're out of high school, but guess what? We still kind of hate to do our homework. So the important thing is to make sure you kind of, at the very beginning, you force feed your affiliates on what they need to know, okay? So again, let them know about the capture pages, how they work, the digital catalogs, how they can switch the websites from the generic website to specific website if they want. If they want to really like just push the hemp mama, well then they can change the website to just that, or they can customize it and just send that to certain people so they'll be able to see that as for people they know might be interested in that particular part of the business. So again, I make sure they know that. I help them. Oh, another thing very important, help them to know how to get set up to get paid. Okay. You know, the biggest thing about network marketing is creating a belief in what we're doing. And the best way to do that is for people to get paid. So if you haven't helped them to set up whichever way they're going to do it, if they're going to do the debit card, it takes a while for the debit card to come. If they're going to do it, have it put into their bank account, they're going to need to make sure they set that up. You don't want them having a commission coming and they're expecting next Thursday, and when next Thursday rolls around, they don't get paid because they never set up a place for MDC to pay them. So you want to make sure you set that up because you want them to be a believer as soon as possible, and nothing makes people a believer more than getting paid. And then it's a matter of just showing them around, show them how everything works here, show them where the training is, show them, I love tools. You know, you go into tools, go to resources, and there's all the stuff here that people want and need, all the presentations, all the videos, a lot of the written stuff. Everything is here. I mean, it's just in one place. And the great thing about this, if you are one of the few people that, or the people that have never looked at this, you can break this down and you can pull it up by language. You know, if I want to know, okay, what do we have in Ukrainian? Bang. There's what we have in Ukrainian. If we'll go back to English, we come over here to brands. I just want to deal with daily spray information. So I click on that and brings me up to daily spray stuff. Okay. If I Hemp Mama, click on Hemp Mama. It shows what we got for stuff for there. Again, all brands brings up everything. And then assets, you can bring it up by business tools, logos, presentations, product sheets, videos. So you can really customize it and say, hey, I want everything we have in Ukrainian to do with sprays, presentations, and it'll come right up. So you don't have to scroll through everything. You can just bring it right up for you. So again, this is guys, there are very few companies out there in network marketing that have the kind of back office we have, and you want to enjoy it, you want to embrace it, you want to use it to the max. So again, this is what I show them here. Then I go to this spot right over here. This is a website that I have called dalefranklin.net. Now, guys, anyone on this call is part of my team. And anybody on this call that wants to use this as a tool for yourselves, you're more than welcome to use it, okay? And we put a lot of time into doing this, and it's benefited me immensely, but I would like it to benefit you too. So, and what I mean by this is, I'm not trying to get you to send your people to Dale Franklin. What I'm trying to do is get you to the point where you have the information in hand to help them succeed once you've signed them up. So say, you know, we have a homepage, we have the opportunity blog, we have a little thing on Who's Dale, but the big thing here is connections, which you can reach there, or you can scroll down here and connect with the community. You can learn more about network marketing here. You can, if you want to chat with me on WhatsApp, I mean, it's right there. But let's go to connections. And again, this is the things that I showed both Bob and George. And we have, they subscribe here, and they're going to have we're going to pick up their emails so that when we start doing newsletters, they'll be able to get it. They can connect to Telegram. We can use the Telegram application right here. So if they don't have Telegram, they can click there and get it, and then connect with me on Telegram. Same thing with WhatsApp. If they don't have WhatsApp, they can connect here and then get connected with me from WhatsApp. Now remember, Telegram is what our corporate office uses a lot, so almost extensively. So you want to make sure you have that so you're kept up to date on what's going on with our company. The WhatsApp, if you're doing business in other countries, for instance, if you're doing business in Africa, WhatsApp is incredibly important. There's a lot of people that use WhatsApp. If you're working in Eastern Europe, you might want to get Viber. I don't have that on here, but Viber is another way of going. So again, we have tried to make this so easy so that people have a place to go and so it'd be kind of a checklist for people to know what they need to do to build their business. So you can follow My Daily Choice on Facebook, the corporate office right here. You subscribe to some of my YouTube stuff. I'll show you in just a minute. You can follow me on Facebook. You can join the Facebook groups, you know, Win Network, which is Chris Robinson's team, Win Testimonials, which is just a huge amount of testimonials of all our products. And then Team We, of course, is this team right here. These are all here so you can get your people set right up with them. The thing we just added that I think really helps is here is a list of Monday through Saturday, some of the calls that are always going on. Here's at 1 o'clock every day, Eastern Standard Time. There is a presentation going on in South Africa, if you're working the African market. I have a 2 o'clock, we call Mondays with Dale, at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That's also for Africa. But then, you know, we have our Win Network training at 9 o'clock on Monday nights. We have this call right here every 9 o'clock every Tuesday night. So it's all right here with the connections on how to get onto it, and the meeting IDs, the passwords if you need it. Everything is there. So we've tried to make this a one-stop reference house for you so that if you have new people, if you just show them this and show them how to get to this, they will have access to everything they need. And as I've preached over and over again, if you don't get your people connected to our groups and to our trainings, you're already in a hole. You're already behind the 8 ball. Okay. Your people need to know this. If I get one thing the most, it's when I'm talking to somebody who reaches out to me from another team, or is relatively new and hears about me somehow and reaches out to me, and I show them what they can do. They go, "Oh, I wish my upline had told me that. I wish my upline had informed me of this when we got started. I would have been glad to be on this stuff." So sometimes it's about the people not taking direction from us, and sometimes it's about us just dropping the ball and not letting them know where to get this information. because if most people join this business and spend their hard-earned money to become affiliates, let's make sure we give them all the tools we can to be successful. So we're going to get out of this right now. And again, that's all available to any of you guys. No cost. Use it anytime you want. We try to keep it updated. Barb DeZettis, who does it for me, she does a fantastic job. So keep that in mind. Now let's go back to Bob and George. And I don't want to miss anything here. So if I look down, I'm sorry, but I want to make sure I get everything I made on my list here. Once I put them through all the training that I just talked to you about, and I explained to them about making a list of everybody they know. And there's many memory joggers out there you can download that will help you with that. They'll just list everything. They'll list, make sure, there's one I love. It talks about, who's your hairdresser? Okay, last time you were at a hairdresser, who sat next to you in the other chair? So it really makes, and they do this very quickly. So it makes sure it's designed to make you kind of fire your brain to fire and just kind of pick up, bits and pieces you wouldn't normally pick up. And every time I use that, and I've used it many, many times, I pick up more and more people that I'm shocked. I go, why didn't I think of that person? Why is that person not on my list? I should have thought of him a long time ago. I should have thought of her a long time ago. So again, it is so important to train them to get that list started, okay? And a list is ongoing. A list should be constantly being worked all the time. I train them on how to approach their prospects and the steps to a successful close, okay? So and this is based off of pretty close to what happened with two of my affiliates. Bob, okay, Bob's first month, Bob made a list, invited 20 people to his grand opening launch. He lined up his closer, and he followed up twice before the launch. Once about 2 days before, and once within just a couple of hours before, so that people would remember to come to his launch, okay? And he was firm without he wasn't browbeating them, but he was saying, things like, hey, you're my friend. I've done, because I stood behind you when you were in trouble here, or I babysat your kids, or whatever it was. You kind of build up a little, you bank a little guilt, I guess, so they'll get there, okay? And you make sure you do everything you can to get as many of those people there as possible. Now, and that's all you're really trying to do. And that's why this business is so easy, guys, is it's all about the amount of people you get to sit down and listen to what we have to do. It's not about, having everybody sign up, everybody becoming a customer, everybody becoming a affiliate. I've always said that about 20% of the people become affiliates, about 40% become customers, and the other 40%, if you treat them right, will give you a referral to somebody else that you can talk to. So you're never going to lose out if you do it the right way. But it's so important that you understand that you're not defeated if somebody says no, okay? This is sorting. This is all this is, sorting through everybody to find the people that want to be part of it. The ones that don't, you still love them. And if you treat them right, they'll still love you. So it's just a matter of working the numbers. That's all you have to do. So anyway, so this is what he did. And he followed up twice. He had his launch. It was very successful. He followed up with everyone that came on the launch after the very next day. Some of them that evening, the rest of them the next day. So he didn't just sit there and go, oh, wow, I had people show up. He followed up, and so many people miss that part. You need to follow up with them to see what they liked about the business and where they want to go with it. And again, he did that. He got 4 customers and 2 affiliates out of his launch. And I think if you invite 20 people and you do everything, the follow-ups and everything like that, that's realistic. That's realistic to start with, And what did that do? What did that do? He just got 4 customers. He just got 2 affiliates. Okay. Now that's got him a little bit excited. Okay. And a week from now, from that time, when he gets his first commission check for the jump starts, that makes him a believer. Okay. So it's so important. You think about this can all happen in the first 72 hours or 96 hours after somebody joins your team. Okay, put them through the training, help them make their list, help them reach out to people, follow up, everything they need to do, make sure they do it all. And within a very short period of time, they can have a team, and then you start, it's all duplication. You just start doing the same thing with their people that signed up. I mean, it's just over and over repetitive. So he continues through this month, and he continues to call 5 people every day. Just reach out to 5 people on his list every day. He's always adding new people to his list. He's out walking the street, down the street, going grocery shopping, whatever. He sees somebody, he makes a note, and he goes home and so I don't have them on my list, and puts them on his list. And he's constantly building his list. And he had 5 prospects a day. He worked closely with his uplines. He got plenty of no's, but he also got some more yeses during the month. He got on all the weekly scheduled trainings, all the weekly scheduled Zoom calls. It gave him more information, and it recharged him. Okay, if you have a day when you get a few no's, you need to be recharged. Okay, even if you get a day when you get a yes, maybe you want to celebrate that with somebody. Well, celebrate it with the group. So you need to be on these calls. And I'm speaking to if you're here, you already know the value of it, but you need to make sure your people know the value of these calls. It's so important. So he got his first paycheck, made him a believer. He trained his team to duplicate his success. He learned as he went. He learned more about the back office. He learned more through his uplines. He went to all the message boards and read what was going on there. And he came to these Zoom calls. Okay, that's what he did on his first month. Now, what did George do? George watched a bunch of videos. He read everything about the products, everything he could find about the business model, and he was determined to be an expert. He didn't connect with any of the groups because he was a little bit afraid he didn't want to look stupid. He told me. He said, I didn't want to ask a dumb question because I didn't want to feel stupid. And he says, I've been in sales my whole life. He says, I really don't think I need that much help. Okay, you see where this is going? Okay, he didn't return my calls. I spoke to him once. I called him like 6 times over the first month, and never. Well, I actually called him more than that, but I called him probably 6 times the first week just to check with him. And he got back to me once, and that was the only time he got back with me the whole month. Okay. And he texted me one time and says he was just too busy to chat with me right then. Okay, so that's month 1 with him. Now let's go to month 2. Month 2, Bob is doing great. He's duplicating what he did in month 1. And guys, that's all this business is about: duplication and keeping it simple. A simple, duplicatable act. Make a list, invite. Okay, get an upline to help you close. That's the bottom line. That's all you have to do. And so Bob was duplicating. He teaches his team to do the same thing, and he's making sure he's connecting them with the his leaders for help. Okay, so you're always trying to get your people to not only learn from you, but to know and feel comfortable dealing with your uplines. Okay, you should always have your people connected and feeling good about at least three of their uplines. Okay. So if you aren't available and they've got a hot prospect, they know they can call the next number. They can call the next number. They've always got people they can reach out to. Okay. He's making money weekly and monthly. He is now evidence the business works. Okay. He's been in business for like 6 weeks. He's making money. He's telling his friends about it. And when they ask him, are you making money? He says, yes. And he's excited. He's projecting kind of an aura of excitement. And people kind of reach, want to reach out and grab that, okay. And so he's doing well, and he's making money. Again, he's evidence of how his business works. His team starts making money. His customers start giving him product testimonials. Okay, he starts getting people reaching back to him saying, "Oh, I tried the CBD oil, and you're right. It helped me with this. It helped me with that. I told my Aunt Edna about it. Now she wants some, and I loaned her some, and she's talking about how great it is." You get these testimonials, and the testimonials don't only help you, okay, as far as as far as reinforcing your belief in the product, that's obviously giving you a whole library of testimonials to give to other people when they ask. Because nothing sells product like hearing an emotional response from somebody else who's already used the product. Okay, that'll sell over a commercial any day of the week. So the momentum started growing. His team had a strong belief in the system because they saw it working for him, and through him and him duplicating it for them, they were starting to see success. And he noticed that his confidence was increasing incredibly. And as your confidence increases, people feel that. And so you have your affiliates seeing that you are very confident. I'm not talking cocky. I'm talking confident in what you're doing. And as they see your ability expanding and getting better, and you're more excited, it feeds them. Okay, it feeds them like you're just like an Energizer bunny to them. Okay, and basically this radiates excitement and electrified his team. Okay, so that's what happened to him on month 2. George, month 2. George was still preparing to get started. He built a 4-inch binder full of product info. The pages, he had the pages all in sheet protectors. He had a table of contents. He had multiple fonts on the stuff that he had typed himself. He had tabs, so he broke it down by product lines. This book was a thing of beauty. I mean, I was really impressed with it, but he hadn't talked to anybody yet. Okay, he's now in month 2. He hasn't talked to anybody. He's still getting ready to do this business. Okay, see the difference in what we're talking about here? Now, I can't say enough. That book he made was gorgeous, but I don't think anybody ever saw it. Month 3, Bob. Team momentum is surging. He exudes confidence. He is making bigger and bigger ranks. He's making bigger and bigger paychecks. His team is producing new leaders and rank earners, okay? Because they're duplicating what he's doing. So they're now in month 2. A lot of them are in month 2 of what he's doing in month 3, and everybody is excited, okay? The team leaders, which you always end up creating when you're doing this, the team leaders are now exuding their form of confidence and excitement. So now it's kind of a double-edged sword there as far as energy. You have kept them excited for a month or so, and now they are keeping you excited because you're seeing leaders blossom. You're seeing people that are taking this business and just doing the simple things that you train them to do and doing it over and over again and training their people to do the same thing. Okay, so you are duplicating the most simple business model there is, and you're training people. Don't rock the boat. Don't go off on a tangent. This is all you have to do. I know it's boring because it's very simple and it's very repetitive, but this is what works. Stay with it. Okay. So that's what you have to keep training them to don't change. Keep doing what you're doing. So everybody's duplicating what Bob's done and has made Bob successful. The team is now like family because there's nothing like, success. People love to be around success. People love to be part of success, and success it's just a great way to bring the family together. And the great thing about success is when you have people on the team that aren't successful, there is so much excitement involved. It's very easy to bring them back along the lines of helping them succeed. Okay, it's very easy to make them believe that they can do it just like everybody else can. I've been to conventions where I would watch somebody speak on stage, and fantastic person, lovely personality, been incredibly successful in this business, but couldn't speak a lick. I mean, I'm not a great speaker, but I've had them on there where I go, wow, if that guy can become a major competitor in this industry, I think I can too. So again, it's just a matter of creating belief by watching yourself blossom, having your people watch you blossom, watching you with you watching your people blossom. So everybody's come together with like one big family. Belief was through the roof, and the future for him is bright and exciting. The guy is just doing fantastic. Meanwhile, George, month 3. I think you know where this is going. He finally decided he was ready to get started. He has been in the business for 2 months and hasn't made a thing, but he knows a lot. He makes his first 5 calls without using his upline, without using capture pages. He doesn't need any help, okay? He's been down these roads before. He knows what he's doing. He tries to close himself. He didn't bother to call me. He didn't bother to call any of the uplines that I had given him for referrals. He didn't call anybody. He was going to do it himself. He got 5 no's. He decided the business wasn't for him. It didn't work, and he quits. And he's told dozens of people that I've heard that network marketing doesn't work. Okay? Now, some of those people I feel bad for because they're going to hear it from him and they're going to believe him because they don't know the background of what he didn't do. Okay? And that's what we have to strive against all the time, is the fact that the people we're talking to that are saying no, why are they saying no? Because their brother-in-law did just like George and said network marketing doesn't work. You know, I often say, well, you know, in this case like that, is your brother-in-law super successful at anything? No. Has he ever been successful at anything? No. Do you even like your brother-in-law? Well, not particularly. So why would you listen to what he has to say that could change your life so that you're not going to be as successful as you could be if you didn't listen to him? So again, you want to stay away from the Georges. So how many Georges do you know? We know a lot of them, don't we? And how many Bobs would you like to have on your team? As many as possible. Exactly. But this all starts, I think this all starts with you, okay? You need to make sure that when you sign somebody up, we have a tendency, and I've done it myself, we have a tendency of, oh, I just signed up someone. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to enjoy the evening. I'm going to take a few days and just kind of relish it. Your job starts when you sign them up. Your responsibility for them, and there's a responsibility. If you're going to bring somebody on this business, you are responsible for them and responsible for their success as long as they are willing to work. I'm not saying to try to revive a dead horse, you know, somebody who just keeps talking about it but never does anything. But as long as they show that they're willing to work, we have a responsibility to help them succeed. Okay, don't ever forget that. And so the very first thing you want to do within the first 72 hours, you want to take them through that back office training like I talked about. You're going to want to sit down with them and make sure you help them make their lists. If you want to use my dalefranklin.net so you can show them that checklist, then you can set them up so they are all set up on WhatsApp, on Telegram, that they know where to go to get the trainings, both in the back office or through my page. Show them where those scheduled calls are. If you can't, I honestly believe if you can't get your new prospects onto a call, one of our calls, whether it was the Win Network or this call or something similar, or Super Saturdays every month or something like that, if you can't get them onto a call within the first 7 days max, their chances of succeeding have diminished by a substantial amount. We have to get them tied in to a support group, you know, and anything else where you're trying to change people's habits, change people's lifestyle. There's support groups, right? I don't care if we're talking about addicts, we're talking about runners, we're talking about whatever, people working out at the gym. There's always the ones that do the best are the ones with support groups. So we have to get people connected with these support groups if you want them to succeed. Okay. And I tell my people as I sign them up, if you're not willing to at least show that you'll do this for me and get on these so you can listen to what other people have to say, I'm not sure how long I can spend time trying to help you because you're not making a commitment that I think you need to make to be successful. So again, and a lot of this is just explaining it right up front. You know, if you tell people, if you read the riot act to somebody in a polite way, of course, but if you explain to them what is expected of them to write at the beginning, many people are going to do exactly what you tell them to do. And if you don't tell them any of this and they don't know about it, they can't do something they don't know about it, okay? And I don't know how many times over the last, probably two years in this business that I have had people tell me, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I wish my upline had told me that. Oh, I wish my sponsor told me that. I wish, all these things. And you can just tell the way they're saying it and the way they're looking. They're being very sincere. They didn't know, but they would love to have known. So it's so important that you guys make sure that you give them the support right off the bat. So having said all that, I told you it's going to be a little mismatched stuff tonight. This is the part that really got me fired up. But there's one last thing I want to say before I go. And this is about, we're getting close to the end of the month. And remember, October is our convention. And I'd love to see some of you guys making rank for convention, okay? The same thing I said about the fact that when we're enrolling somebody and you tend to take that instead of firing up and really taking the responsibility of showing them everything they need and get them trained right as soon as possible, we do take that kind of take a breath and go, we do the same thing when we come to the end of a month. This is what happens. I bet you most of you will nod your head in agreement. We tend to get excited about hitting ranks by the third week of the month, okay? And then we try to cram as much volume as we can in those last couple of weeks. And sometimes we succeed, sometimes we don't. But what if at the end, this month is coming to an end, what if you spent from now until the end of the month just firing up just as hard as you can to do whatever you can for this month, and then don't take that breath. Don't take that breath. Don't take I can now take a couple weeks off. I can take a break. Don't do that. Take that momentum you got going into the end of this month and keep it going right through the 1st of September and follow that through. Now, if you're only going to do 2 weeks in a month anyway, this is why this is so important. If you do it the first 2 weeks, okay, guess what's going to happen? You're going to have so much more volume than you normally have. And you're going to think, well, okay, I got my 2 weeks in. And then you look at the volume and go, wow, I'm pretty close to another rank. If I just give it a little bit more effort, I could make another rank because you've created the volume in the beginning of the month. So it gives you time to strategize about where you want to be by the end of the month. So again, in all seriousness, if you can keep that momentum going from now until the end of August, and then just don't let up. For 1 month, don't take that breath. Don't take that break. Just say, oh, I'm going to just kind of cruise through. And I guarantee you, if you do that, by the 15th of September, your volume would be where you'll say, okay, I'm going to continue this on for the end of the month because I want to be able to walk across that stage or see my name on the screen in October at another rank. And I'm already almost there, so let's get there. So again, we have a tendency to just relax at certain points in time. And the ones that have done the best at this business are the ones that have taken 90 days. Everybody who's been successful in network marketing, I don't think without exception, have taken these 90-day plunges into just going for it and doing everything they could for 90 days. And it puts them in a position where they reach numbers they never dreamed they'd make. And if you ask some of the biggest network marketers in the world what got them to where they are, they'll tell you usually it was 3 or 4 90-day surges, okay, through their career, okay? So if you want to take a breath, do 90 days just as hard as you can, and then, take a breath, take a vacation, take whatever you want, and then come back, and you're going to be so excited where you've been. It's going to be kind of a self-fulfilling energy bubble for you to just go even further. So that's what I have for you tonight. I hope you saw some value in it. It's a privilege to work with all of you. I always look forward to getting on these calls and just kind of most of the time I'm on here just to learn because we have some incredible trainers. But I do want once in a while I like to get on here and just kind of give you my opinion on how things can go. And I always try to bring some sort of content. I guess there's a little, even though I never went to school for it, I think there's a little teacher in me and I enjoy teaching. So I hope you all got something from this. Look forward to working with all of you. I hope to see many of you at the convention in October, or at least on the Zoom calls that are going to be going on during that period of time. And if I haven't met you yet, I can't wait to meet you all. This group is going to explode, and not just here in America, but all over the world. We're exploding in East Africa, and we're in South Africa, in Eastern Europe. I can't wait to get into Asia. So we've got a lot of things going for us. And this company, I love about this company is this company is planning not for what's going to go on just next year, what's going on next decade, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 40 years from now. So we're in a company we can be with as long as we want to do it. So having said all that, thank you for your time, guys, and have a great night.